April 2020 we were cracking jokes about the Rona. There, I'll arrange it for you. Yeah. Sure.
I would kiss you, isn't it so ugly?
I might have the corona.
I guess we were probably thinking that this was all going to blow over. Don't worry about a thing. She'll be right. Boy, were we wrong. Tourism as we know it changed dramatically with global lockdown, and I guess always in life you've probably got to try and take a positive out of everything, and the only positive, the only silver lining was the fact that those stags not taken in 3 seasons would get the opportunity to get a little bit older, but most importantly a little bit bigger. Coming up now are extracts from our first 5 hunters from 2023. How did they get on? Watch this and find out. Our first 2 hunters were Justin and Jurgen from Kona, Hawaii. Both experienced bow hunters. Justin would go first. Yeah. Unfortunately, Jurgen couldn't seal the deal in his time here with bow in hand, so on the last hunt, on the last evening, he would step out with our loner rifle, Miss Scarlet.
Shot. Good shot.
Good work, buddy.
Yeah, Jurgen, in our booking correspondence, had expressed a lot of interest in big stags. Jurgen was fit, and I can only liken him to a Romanian marathon runner. We had good forecast and the roar had just begun. Boy, were we going to have some fun. This is Jurgen. We have seen quite a few animals, but nothing huge. I've seen some big ones, but nothing that's been really big. And the stags are roaring quite well, so we're just waiting, watching this timber, just waiting for something to step out like they do.
It's a really nice stag. It's a big stag, yeah.
So we saw a really big stag pass through the trees, and Jurgen didn't even see it. It just walked through the trees. We've moved about 100 yards. We're going to set up here, and hopefully we get a shot through the canopy. They are moving around still a bit. We've got a really good spot here to shoot from. Check this out. So we sat there for about 90 minutes and I was getting hungry. With a good, safe, hidden reapproach and a decent wind direction that was also going to be safe, we would head home for lunch with the promise of good coffee and cake.
We've come back after lunch and all of the stags are out. They're only 212, 214 yards from us. We've got to crawl over this bit of a brow. Jurgen's going to do the rest.
Shot.
Jurgen didn't want to go home for lunch. I did. I was hungry, always hungry, and we were sort of aiming to be back out here about 3 o'clock, but we came out early because it was cold and there was rain and intermittent showers and stuff. Jurgen said as we were walking uphill on the other side, I think they're already out. Well, he's dead right. We've got the best stag out of this group by a country mile. He's a bloody monster.
And I don't know what to think. It's an incredible experience. You've seen too many stags today, but this one is, unseen of. Really super excited, super thrilled. Thanks so much, BJ, for the hunt and for everything you're doing.
You're welcome.
So we've just seen a nice stag down here. We're going to hunt around him. We can get around the stag without upsetting him, and we're going to have a look at the top of the valley. It's a really nice stag. It's very tempting, but it's pretty early on in the hunt still, so we've got time on our side. And the weather forecast is pretty good, so he is a nice stag, but I think we can maybe do a little bit better than this one. Fingers crossed.
So we didn't find any shooters that day. With a warm forecast for the next, we decided to leave real early, guided by a full moon. Fortunate fog helped us get to the bushline where we hoped to nab a big old stag heading to bed. Finally, through the mist, we found 3 nice stags.
Did you get a range? I can't get a range past 30 yards. They're pretty settled. They're feeding still, so I think it's about 300 yards. We might be able to get a little bit closer across here. We've got a bit of grass to shoot through here too by the look of it, so we'll just wait. We've got plenty of time. This fog is actually working in our favour. Wind is all over the place.
We set up what we thought would be around about 250 yards. They started to move off, unsettled.
Go back in here, walk along the bush edge. Try and get on them again.
Then we got busted.
And they're gonna run any minute, they're gonna run. Shot.
What a hunt. Thanks, Mitch. Unbelievable. Whoa. That was intense.
Unbelievable.
Jurgen's monster was well worth the early rise.
What a beauty.
Yeah, Jurgen's fallow buck was a bit of a fluke. We were actually heading out looking for a fallow buck, and this old bruiser was right in the road.
When you're ready.
What a spotted beauty of a buck, heavy and with great character.
Well done, Jurgen.
Thanks so much, PJ. Another awesome hunt.
What a day.
Our next two hunters were from Georgia. These guys and their wives confirmed my suspicions that everyone that comes from Georgia here to hunt are just good people. Now, before their hunt, I'd give them a safety briefing, and well, I was just going to give those two girls a good talking to.
Listen up, ladies. You've waited a long time for this. I want accuracy. No mucking around, nothing but success.
And we have waited over 3 years for this, ladies. Steve?
Trust me, there will be success.
These two fellas would get to stretch their legs, but they were up for it. Upon seeing a ripper that came out of the bush line, it took us kind of by surprise. It would be Way that would step up with our loner rifle, Miss Scarlet. The shot was about 300 yards with a heavy crossbreeze. This was going to be a test.
This was right up there when my dad took me duck hunting at 8 years of age, and took me out of school that day to do it. And my mother didn't like that much, but it's a memory I'll always remember. I'll always remember this. Traveling across the world to come hang out with good people who love the outdoors and kill a stag like this is incredible.
What a ripper.
What a ripper. And as you say, with droppers. 36 to 37 points.
Way's fallow buck hunt was a total cliffhanger for a whole lot of reasons. After seeing no shooters in the first look, we moved west a bit. Finally Finally, our buck was spotted a mile across the valley.
And further showcase why ample hunting is the best hunting destination in all of New Zealand, maybe the world.
Now this was a real nice buck, well worth pursuing, but with fickle winds we would leave it until the afternoon and make sure that we would cut a wide path around the back of the hill. We would get up nice and high above where the animal would hopefully return to feed that evening.
So we've kind of had to tack around, and we've got to a pretty good point here. Good sniper ridge. Actually never shot an animal off this point here, so with this wind direction a good work. Buck that we saw this morning is probably about 300 yards from us, from where we last saw him, so all going to plan. We'll have him coming over, jumping over the fence below us and being about 250 yards.
So as they do, the doe started filing out. Followed by a few younger bucks. A real nice buck came out. This was tempting, but we were going to hold out for that mini moose. Finally, our patience paid off. It was on. Way was struggling getting steady. This was becoming a challenging shot angle for him. I gave him my bino harness to rest the stock on. I could tell he was getting nervous, so I tried to settle him.
Just take your time. Take your time, mate. You smoked him.
Way's shot was perfect, but due to recall had lost complete sight of him. That buck was now buried in a pothole.
Experience. Let me just say this right now, BJ. I'm coming back to ample hunting.
Good stuff. You were making me nervous.
I was making myself really nervous because we're not used to shooting down at an angle in the south. So the old Georgian had to make some adjustments.
You sniped him. He's down there somewhere in that hole. Good shot, mate. Good shot under a heap of pressure. Congratulations. Got yourself an absolute monster.
Unbelievable.
Nice work.
We really did bury him, didn't we?
Yeah.
Track this buck out of that hole. And there's no ground shrinkage. No ground shrinkage at all.
No ground shrinkage at all.
Look at this thing.
BJ is a beautiful specimen, beautiful animal. A perfectly executed plan.
Oh, plan C, you know.
By again, the best hunting guide in New Zealand. Possibly, let's go a little further in the world, right, BJ?
Nah, mate, we were pretty lucky. I mean, the wind was not playing ball, and we got up nice and high up there, and yeah, we were lucky. dangerous times. What a monster. Congratulations, mate.
Thank you so much, my friend.
Perfect shot.
He finally turned, but by the time he turned, I had cramped up, and I got the worst cramp in my right butt cheek. And what it was almost like when I was a kid, we would chisel fossils out of rocks, and it felt like somebody had a chisel and chiseled a baseball into my right butt cheek when I was trying to shoot. And finally he turned and gave me a shot as my body was convulsing.
Here at Anvil Hunting, we'll do what it takes to help you make that shot count. We know what it's like being under the pump when that animal's there and all of the adrenaline in the world is playing havoc with your concentration. We'll not only provide a decent rifle to shoot with, but we'll also provide you with maybe sandbags, maybe the support that you need to make that shot as accurate as it possibly can be. However, massaging another dude's butt cheek, not gonna happen. It was now Steve's turn. Steve had been the perfect gentleman and allowed his buddy Way to hunt first. Now the pressure was on us to not only match the experience, but match the results. Steve's fallow buck was a ripper. We spotted him nice and early and waited for him to go to bed. This area was totally stalkable with a northwest breeze, so we decided to do what it takes to go right at him. We did have a bit of a wait.
Look at that. Beautiful. 5+ hours. We saw this thing bed down this morning and made a long stalk, drove around to the other side of the property, climbed up, got in the fence row and waited 5 hours plus for him to stand up. But it was worth every minute of it. What a trophy. If you've ever dreamed of something like this, New Zealand's the place, BJ's the guy.
Steve's red stag hunt was very special to us for a whole lot of reasons. Most importantly, Steve had told us while here that he had seen red stags in Scotland 36 years ago. Steve and I began our communications for this particular hunt in 2018. It was a long wait for him. It was indeed an honour for us to be given the opportunity to try and make this dream become a reality.
Good southern man in his finest form. He's got mist scarlet. And we're heading up over the top to one of my favourite valleys. We can hear stags roaring in the distance. It's a beautiful morning here on the east coast of the North Island, New Zealand. And yeah, look at this view behind us. Pretty spectacular.
And they are roaring.
Cold front was pushing through. This had really fired the stags up. While we did see a few nice stags, they were probably a little bit young and not the sort of stag that I wanted our hunter to shoot.
I don't know if Steve needs some sedation in case he gets a bit of stag fever, but we had multiple stags roaring, fighting, chasing. Pretty cool.
Yeah, we only heard 1,000 roars or more.
We're going to switch locations. We're going to cover our bases before the day gets too warm for it. It gets too hot here. And just have another look at another avenue. It was probably one of my favourite valleys, that one back there. But where we're heading to now, we saw a lot of animals yesterday morning, so
Imagine.
see that steely glint in his eye? That's the onset of stag fever. Watch out.
Just waiting for the moment.
Combination with Miss Scarlet can be dangerous.
We found an absolute ripper.
If we can get 300 yards closer, it's a 200-yard shot, so he's certainly well worth pursuing. Well worth pursuing.
Steve showed no signs of any stag fever and made a terrific shot under a whole heap of pressure. Congratulations, mate.
Are you happy, sir?
Oh yeah, dream come true. 37 years in the making.
Not bad.
Unbelievable. Miss Scarlet, I love you.